Kasi we're going to give the class. So just leave it me. So what? So you should kasi pwede kayong dalawang mag-ano ng yung class. Yeah. Kasi maraming class eh. So dalhin mo yung sa baba.
Welcome to our gala!
March.
Stop talking.
Hey Manny,
Hey, how you doing?
kamusta?
Buti. I know, it's right
But yeah. By the names, and now here we are trying to.
All right.
We're gonna have
all
a
right.
great night.
All right.
It'll be good.
Filipinos.
Yep. It's just like Pacquiao.
There we go.
Still have to bond register. Head's gonna do a frontal shot. Okay, heads together. Heads. Very good. Heads more. Push. Very good. Keep it there. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking. There you go. Good to be here. Good to be here. Good.
And the Philippine National Anthem will be sung by the incoming FAAGC Executive Board members.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Kayang magiging perlas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisihim, sa dagat at mundo, sa simoy at sa langit mo'y bukaw, may dalang tula at awit sa paglayong minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na naglilingid, ang bituin ng araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng at ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming nilaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
We would like to invite Dr. Dan Adcock, past FAAGC Assistant Treasurer and current Executive Board member, to lead us in invocation.
Can we bow our heads? Dear Lord, we'd like to thank you for this time for us to gather together in friendship and to bless this food we're about to receive the nourishment of our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thanks, Dan. Now, before we serve dinner, we would like to proceed with the induction of our incoming officers. We now invite all the incoming officers and members of the FAAGC Executive Board to please come forward for this induction.
Tonight, we are honored to have with us in person from the Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C., His Excellency Ambassador Willie Gala, who will induct the 2009-2011 FAAGC Officers and Executive Board. Please welcome Ambassador Willie Gala.
and repeat after me. I, please state your name. Having been duly elected as, please state your position. Of the Filipino-American Association of Greater Colombia. Do solemnly pledge and swear that I will discharge the duties and responsibilities of my office
Excuse me just a second.
to the best of my knowledge and ability. That I will obey the bylaws of the organization. To see to it that every member is in good harmony and understanding. And as a faithful instrument of the association, I shall carry this obligation without mental reservation. So help me God. Congratulations. So.
Thank you, Ambassador Gala. And congratulations to our new officers and executive board members for 2009 to 2011 term. We wish you all the best, and we hope that all the members, including the non-members of the FAAGC, will support our new leaders and in all the activities for the future and the progress of our organization.
And now, dinner will be served. During dinner, we will be presenting a video showcase of the Philippines put together by Alan Geoghegan, past president of the FAAGC, Cecile Geoghegan, current board member, and Carlton Edwards and Carmelisa Edwards, current second vice president. Enjoy your meal.
Continue to enjoy the meal. I just want to make a quick plug. Raffle tickets. That's the whole point of the evening too. Is to tips and whatnot. We got our raffle tickets out there.
Thought about buying 200 of them, but then I thought, what? I
Alan, thank you.
Si Gala, anak, si Ryan talaga. Matagal rin yun. Oh my God!
Are you real?
Hey, Gene.
Hey, sir. How are you?
Good to see you, Gene.
Hey, bud. Peace.
Peace. Wow, maganda. Ganda naman.
Dad, you make them?
Carolina Mananas from World Affairs. Also from Colombia, we have Raj Aluri, the Director of International Festivals. And we also have Councilman Kirkland Finley. Now, do we have anybody here from Orangeburg? Please stand if you're here from Orangeburg. Thank you for coming. Anybody from Greenwood? How about from Prosperity, South Carolina?
Fayetteville, North Carolina. Sumter, South Carolina. Greenville, South Carolina. Philadelphia. Washington, D.C.
We are also honored to have with us Councilman Kirkland Finley III, who is representing the City of Columbia Mayor's Office. Councilman Finley is a CEO and a founder of Rising High Natural Bread Company and the chairman of the board of Quick Farms Incorporated, and serves on the board of Palmetto Health Foundation and the Boy Scouts of America.
He is co-chair and co-founder of the Gray Horton Scholarship at the University of Virginia, where he obtained his undergraduate degree in ancient history and classics, and associated with entities in Richland County that own real estate for farming, investment, or other commercial purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Councilman Finley from the Columbia City Council, District 4, for a few words of greeting.
Thank you. I'm already not going to host this video and announce the so I apologize in advance. Mayor Coble wishes he could be here. He is at a family event in Myrtle Beach with his 6 children, which after seeing this wonderful group, I'm sure y'all understand how important family is. He asked me to step in and deliver some remarks, and in unpolitical style, I'm going to be very brief. We are glad y'all are here. Columbia is a wonderful place, but it is brought forward by such wonderful diversity as we see tonight. And even better, by seeing so many family and friends getting together from so many distant places. It's great. You know, I'd like to recognize the Ambassador Gala. We are glad you're here. We understand you drove all the way down from Washington today, so thank you very much. I think we ought to give him a round of applause. And I would like to recognize Professor. You have to understand that I got kicked out of French my first year at boarding school for an accent that is this bad. So please excuse me on that, but we're thrilled you're here. You know, one of the things that you rarely see in Columbia, because people don't focus on it, is how wonderful events like this are for us. They bring communities together, they bring families together, and they help really bring to a city that sometimes doesn't focus on it, the cultural diversity of a place with a major university. We're glad you're here. We hope y'all have a wonderful time. And as I understand, there's getting ready to be some dancing. So I'm going to be an observer, and I hope y'all have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Finley. Before you leave today, the FAAGC has a token of appreciation to give to you right now.
So we really appreciate that you come to our Gala. Sorry. And this is the first time ever that we've had someone from the mayor's Escalera. So as a token of our appreciation, I would like to present this for you. All the Filipinos know what this is. This is the Carabao, or the Carabao. It's a water buffalo. It's our national animal. So rather than give you a big, huge trophy, we'd like to have you a memento that will remind you of the Filipino-American Association. So with our appreciation, please accept this. And hopefully you'll come to future galas and activities of the association.
Really quickly, I also want to mention that we do have our friendly friends from Saluda. Is anybody here from Saluda, South Carolina? Thank you for coming, guys. Alrighty, now that we're all warmed up with tonight's program, let's go ahead and get ready for our first dance number. Let us welcome the Columbia Film Cultural Dance Troupe to perform the Bulaklakan. Before these ladies leave, let me introduce them. Performing the Bulaklakan are the Columbia Film Dance Troupe members Grace Balankit, Faye Colley, Cecil Geoghegan, Kim Jones, Karen Maxino, and Bambi Tajane. Give them another hand, please.
At this point, we would like to call Leanna Smith-Buckley, past president and current treasurer of the FAAGC, to recognize the 2009 Columbia Film Scholarship recipients.
regards to our young members of the faculty who are going on to college. So these scholarships are given to high school graduates who go to college, and they only get it when they register for courses. All right, so the first recipient, may I please call on Jessamine Torres. Jessamine is enrolled at USC with a major in business, I think. And the second recipient is Jeffrey Noble. Please come forward.
Thank you, Auntie Candace, and congratulations again to those two fine students. And now, we welcome our special guest all the way from Asheville, North Carolina, the cultural dance troupe of the Filipino-American community of West North Carolina. Please welcome Brian Rodriguez, Bing Rice, Arneo Maricot, and Marilu Maricot, who will dance the La Jota Manileña.
gorgeous dance.
Okay, is everybody still having a good time?
Yes. More.
Come on now, is everybody still having a good time? How about you kids? You kids, can y'all stay from down there? Okay. All right, now let me introduce from our guest of honor will be introduced by our former president of the FAGGC, Alan Geoghegan. Alan?
How's everybody doing? Before we start, I'd just like to, we have a special guest, Sabrina Mandanas from the World Affairs Council. I'd like to just give her the mic to say a small little kumusta. Sabrina, why don't you go ahead?
Hi everyone, thank you for having me. It's just so wonderful to be here. The warmth of the Filipinos is just amazing. So thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone in the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat mga kaibigan. I'd like to introduce our special guest of the evening. This accomplished individual has traveled and worked around the world, including posts in the US with international assignments in China, Australia, Libya, Tunisia, Malta, and Niger. He served as a non-resident post in Nauru, Tuvalu, and Vanuatu. How many of you know where those are? These are islands in the Micronesian South Pacific. For his long and dedicated service, Ambassador Ga was presented with the Gala Centenario or Centennial Award in 1999 by the Philippine National Centennial Commission and the Distinguished Service Award in 2000 by the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs. I've had the pleasure of meeting Ambassador Ga at an international festival in Fayetteville, North Carolina, when the Philippines was the featured country. At that event, I heard the ambassador speak, and I found him to be an eloquent and passionate speaker who clearly cares about his country. In Fayetteville, Ambassador Ga had an informal meet and greet with the many Filipinos who had gathered there. When I talked to him about my deep links with the Philippines, he very specifically asked if I would mail him a copy of the Philippine Journey video, which you're seeing tonight. His intention was to use it to promote his country, especially overseas. Ambassador Ga clearly realizes the important role overseas Filipinos play in the game of perception and reality. At any given time, about 10% of the Philippines' 76.5 million population is hard at work, mostly outside of the country. These are from about the year 2000 figures. In 2001, more than 800,000 Filipinos worked abroad. Willie understands the vital role this extended Philam community plays throughout the world and the need to connect to home base. It's a deep connection ranging from its hard-to-nail-down cuisine, its colorful dances weaving through different time periods, its charming and never-ending smiles, its mouth-watering lumpia, its savory chicken adobo, its one and only jitneys, and the unforgettable daing salted fish. Anyway, Ambassador Ga knows and realizes that among 203 countries existing around the world, with many Filipinos inhabiting them, They develop a deep sense of connection to their culture when they are far away, in some cases, choosing to leave it all behind. Ambassador Ga, after spending more than 8 hours in a car coming from Washington, I hope the Filipinos here in South Carolina make you and your wife, Erlinda, feel at home and fill you with the kababayan spirit. This Tagalog word, as you know, means from the same town or town mate. You are from the same town as us, the extended global Philippine village with over 7,000 islands, a current estimate of about 92 million residents with about 11 million Filipinos overseas. I hope and pray that together we can make a difference, which is our association motto, and that we all can put the Philippines on the world map. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our very special guest of the evening, His Excellency Willie C. Ga. Salamat po.
Thank you very much, Alan, for your very generous introduction. I still remember the event in Fayetteville when I think it was Alan made me the Grand Marshal in that event. And when I was asked how I felt to be Grand Marshal, I said I felt like a beauty queen, waving at all the people we passed by. But anyway, that was a grand celebration, and we were happy that we were featured in that event. Thank you very much again, Alan, for that. Now, the distinguished new officers of the Filipino-American Association of Greater Colombia, headed by the newly inducted President, Marge Peña, esteemed members of the Filipino-American community in the Greater Colombia area. Of course, I can't omit the representative from the Mayor's Office, the Honorable Kinley, the Councilman Herman Kinley, the third of the Columbia City Council. Mga kababayan, friends, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for the kind invitation and the warm reception you have extended to me and my wife, Linda. I now understand the reason why the City of Columbia has been designated as one of America's most livable communities. And it's because of the caring and sharing that members of the community are doing to each other in this great city. Your warm welcome is as warm as any Filipino gathering can be, and the joy, the friendship, and camaraderie evident in this ballroom is as genuine as only the Filipino can express. Tonight, I'm pleased to join you in your celebration, and I congratulate all the officers and members of the FAGC. Since its formal inception in 1991, and I refer to the commitment of this association and the difference that it makes in the lives of the people here and in the Philippines. The association has grown as an organization committed to fostering goodwill between its members, to preserving and promoting Filipino culture, and to giving back to the communities here and in the Philippines. You foster pride in our culture and heritage. You highlight the best that our country and people have to offer to the world. Our creativity, our talent, our industry, our values. And indeed, while the vast expanse of the Pacific separates you from the Philippines, your care and your concern continue to be felt in our home country. You undertake outreach programs that support the underprivileged and orphan children in the Philippines, in such institutions as Hospicio de San Jose, the Asilo de San Vicente de Paul, the SOS Children's Village in Tacloban, Leyte, and the Educational Research and Development Assistance started by Father Pierre Ritz. You respond to calls of assistance during calamities and support organizations such as the Philippine National Red Cross even before distress happens. All these projects and programs bring hope to people and promise to transform many lives. This hope shows the true beauty of our people, the beauty of our hearts and our souls, hearts and souls that continue to care and make possible for hands and minds to work for the benefit of others. Indeed, the Filipino-American community is a key partner in the Philippines' continued growth and development, and this was expounded very well by Alan earlier. The members of the Filipino-American community, an estimated 4 million, are the indelible ties that bind us to the United States. This is number and presence that cannot be ignored. As you continue to actively contribute to the building of America, so too do you contribute to the Philippines' growth in many ways, as investors, as socio-economic advocates, and as supporters of the entrepreneurial spirit in your own hometowns. This helps the Philippine government achieve its goals. Now let me briefly report to you that at a time when the world is reeling from the global financial crisis, the Philippines is showing its resiliency. Our growth rate for the second quarter of the year reached 1.5%. This is of course minimal compared to the 7% that we reached before the financial crisis came around us. But this is significantly higher, the 0.01% to 0.9 forecast of the National Economic Development Authority. This shows that the reforms and programs undertaken by our government are yielding results. Of course, much more needs to be done. We thank the Filipinos abroad who remain our abiding partners. Your sense of duty and love for your motherland remains strong. Today, as we look back on the contributions of your association through these years, I invite you to reaffirm your special bond with the Philippines. I take this occasion to encourage you to take your involvement in the Philippines to a higher level. For Filipinos in the United States, we have been encouraging them to take part in the political process of the Philippines by registering as overseas voters with the Philippine Embassy and our consulates throughout the United States. We have until the end of this month, or until Monday, to do this. For our Filipino Americans, you may choose to reacquire your citizenship and restore your rights as a Filipino. This, in addition to the many things that you already do for our beloved country, will best demonstrate your continued commitment to the Philippines' growth. As we celebrate our culture and heritage, I urge everyone to continue drawing from the inspirational spirit of Bayanihan and invite all to renew the commitment to do our part in building a more peaceful, progressive, and prosperous Philippines. Congratulations again and best wishes to the new set of officers. Mabuhay kayo! Mabuhay ang Filipino-American Association of Greater Columbia. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas at ang sambayanang Pilipino. Magandang gabi po.
And now, we would like to invite Dr. Marge Pena, our current president, and Mrs. Carmelisa Edwards, our second vice president, to come forward.
Okay, so we are really honored to have Ambassador Ga. I just have to tell you the story that on Tuesday morning, my cell phone rang and his cultural attaché said, "Ma'am, Ambassador Ga is coming to Colombia." And I said, "Why?" He said, "He's attending your affair." I'm like, "Really?" So I was really so surprised, and immediately I sent emails to all officers. I'm like, "Guess who's coming to town?" It's the ambassador himself in person. So you can tell that we were really excited that you picked us to join us to celebrate. And I just learned from Mrs. God that they were also invited to another, if I may say so, pwede ba? I don't want to get you into any trouble. But she just told me that they were also invited to another awarding ceremony in Washington, D.C. for outstanding Filipinos, but they picked us. So really, we are very, very happy to hear that. And so, in appreciation and also to help, as a reminder for you, if you see this plaque, it's very simple for your visit here. And we would like to present you this plaque of appreciation for Ambassador Gala, who is our guest of honor. And in addition to that, we are also giving you, so you'll always remember South Carolina, a book called Reflections of South Carolina. Ever since I moved here, I bought about, this book is very beautiful. It has many, it's a famous photographer who has taken beautiful pictures of South Carolina. So you can look through this and see all the beautiful faces here. And our motto used to be smiling faces, beautiful places. So these are the beautiful places. And it's also signed by all the smiling faces of the FFADC Executive Board. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have a surprise number to be presented by the Sumter Group. Now, in honor of the state we now call home, please welcome Charles Dingman and Jonathan Jacobson to perform the Shag, the South Carolina State Dance.
Shag began on the shores of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in the 1930s, when local teenagers gathered together and invented the steps that most suited rhythm and blues or beach music. Old-time shaggers say it's related to the swing dance, but it is more than just a style of swing. Even today, shag is still gaining so much attention and even declared its official dance of the state of South Carolina. Please welcome the Sumter Group.
first of all, I just want to thank everyone for being here. I guess to thank Ambassador Ga and his wife for being here, driving all the way from Washington, D.C. Councilman Kirkland Finlay for coming here. We have Raj Aluri, we have Sabrina Madanas, and all our friends from the different cities across Carolina and outside South Carolina as well. So thank you so much for coming. The fact that you are here means that you support us, and we're very happy to have you here. So it's very hard to have an organization such as this go on for 20 years. And so that has happened because of all the hard work of many people. So among you here, you can see some people who are the pioneers of this organization. And to this day, we still consult them, and they're still very active members of the organization. But also, among us here, we see the new and upcoming members, which are all seated right here in front, the young kids. And then there are people who, like me, who came like 10 years ago and just jumped right in the middle between the two ages and just rolled along with them and helped wherever we can. And the only thing I can say is that before we moved to South Carolina, we have lived in places where there were only a handful of Filipinos, very few Filipinos. And so my husband is a professor and I was a grad student, and we had 2 kids. There was no time to associate. There was no time to socialize at all, just run around and bring the kids all over the place. And there was no time to appreciate the Filipino culture. It was just work, work, work. And so 9 years ago when we moved here, that came to an abrupt halt, and all because of the FAGC. At that time, Nieves McNulty was president, and my husband, who's a statistics professor, moved to the department, and one floor above him was Nieves' husband, George. And within a day, we didn't know anybody, and after about a week, we knew the entire FAGC. And of course, you know the history, because I've been a FAGC secretary for 4 years, and now here I am being the president. And I'm just asking myself how this all happened. But to me, the most important thing is that there's continuity. Many of us have left our country. I myself, I've been here in America for 25 years, and I've only been home twice. And you lose touch with your country, but if you participate actively in the association, that has kept our culture alive. And to me, that awoke the interest in our culture. And even though I haven't been to the Philippines for so long, the fact that I am with Filipinos all day and to see all the dancing that we do and associate with Filipinos keeps the ties with our country alive in our hearts forever. So it's very important that I would like all of you to participate in the activities of the FAGC, because that's how we keep our origin and our history alive among all of us. The second thing that's important to me is that, especially looking at my children, they grew up in American society, and they have really very hardly any contact with Philippine culture. Most of their friends are Americans, so they absorb. Well, our children are Americans, they grow here, but they're Filipino heritage. And the only way, they will never appreciate the Filipino culture like we do. Those of us who grew up in the Philippines, it's always different. Even when I came here and had friends who were born in the US that were the same age as me, there was such a gap between us and the appreciation of our culture. So I think for those of us, the older generation than me, the middle generation, and the ones who come after us, we are, okay, I'm a chemist by training, so I call it, we are the catalyst that will bridge or pass on our culture to the younger generation. So by all these performances that we show here, we show our children what it's like to be a Filipino. So I think that's the most important function of the FAGC. And only if you participate can we pass on our culture to our children. And so that's what I'd like our new officers to be involved with, to bring the community closer together, to build bridges between members and non-members alike, to let our children appreciate the Filipino culture. And so, as we move forward, a lot of us are always expecting the officers to do the work, but I'd like to say that we can't do it without you. There's many Filipinos that met here that have so many talents. So, come forward, join us, give us your ideas. If you don't like what we're doing, tell us, because then we can't fix it if you don't let us know what it is. And maybe
away from all the things that you don't see or the criticisms that you see from any of the officers. From out of that will come good ideas that will bring us all forward. So we don't mind being criticized. Go ahead and do that, because that's the only way that we can improve ourselves. And then don't just criticize, but come and work with us, because that will bring us all together. So that's my challenge to all of you as I start this presidency. I've been here for 9 years, in and out of the association. Well, I've never been out, I guess, because even when I was an officer, people were calling my phone. But I do invite all of you to become active members of the organization. And we will do our very best to address whatever issue you have. If you want new ideas, new activities, let us know and we'll make it happen. Or at least give it our best shot. Okay? So thank you all for being here. And I hope you have a lot of fun.
Good evening again. How's it going? Magandang gabi ulit. Everyone okay? Was the food masarap? Good? Okay, good. Okay, I'd just like to take, I won't talk for too long, I promise. Just to recognize the officers, the outgoing officers. We spent the last 2 years planning local activities in different ways, and I'd like to thank them. Without naming any names, many of you have offered your blend of extraordinary talents and expertise to move our Philam into the future. Your contributions are very much appreciated, and your spouses and your families deserve a thank you as well. I'd like to personally thank my wife Cecil, who nags me in a kind of Visayan way to always do the right thing and not to be involved in any chismes, which is the Filipino term for gossiping. As we move forward, please understand that although you may be leaving FAAGC's executive board, you will always remain Filipino, or at least Filipino at heart. In that capacity, since you cannot change who you are on the inside, and the Philippines will not suddenly disappear or decide to take a leave of absence for a while, therefore, you will always, or potentially, you have the potential to always be a promoter of Filipino culture and traditions. I would also like to thank our volunteers tonight whose behind-the-scenes contributions have helped our Philam enormously and whose selfless ideas and help are often not officially recognized. So again, it's truly a blessing to be a part of this association. Personally, I was born in the Philippines. I returned back to the Philippines right after university, and the country touched a deep part of my spirit, which manifested itself through taking videos all over the Philippines. I just found that to be just enjoyable, interesting, fascinating. You meet all sorts of types of people from the lowest level to the highest levels. I love Filipinos. So as far as documenting the culture to be preserved, I'm not saying this because I'm documenting the culture and I'm so important. I'm saying it because what I received from the Filipino people was such a great amount of warmth, there's so much that I received going in the other direction. So with that in mind, I'd like to again thank all the officers who served, because it's so important to promote this wonderful, beautiful culture. Salamat po.
As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present a plaque and a sort of a to all of the officers that they can use with their husbands or wives or kids, however little it may be. So, Wida Biray and Grace Balanquit, two of our incoming officers, will help me to give out the plaques and these awards. Okay, so first we would like to call, and this is to thank all of the outgoing officers for their hard work. Please welcome Alan Geoghegan. We are giving you this award. So this is actually a check. So they can go to dinner with. Here you go. Okay, and next we would like to call our outgoing first Vice President, Miss Sally. Okay, sorry, I'm mixing the names. Sally Alice. Sally Alice. Our outgoing second Vice President is Mr. Dr. George McNulty. Okay, our outgoing secretary, which is also our incoming secretary, is Shirley McGinnis. Is Sean still here? Okay, so Shirley is not here right now. Her aunt just passed away, so she can join us. Okay. And our outgoing assistant secretary will be Mrs. Lisa Edwards, who is also our incoming second vice president. Our outgoing treasurer is Mrs. Myrna Whitmire. Outgoing assistant treasurer is Odessa Brinkman. Outgoing executive board member, Mrs. Leah Quaresma. Our outgoing executive board member, Mrs. Bernadette Yavis, who couldn't join us right now. We have our outgoing executive board member, Mrs. Tessie Kennerson, who is also our dance coordinator. All the dances were coordinated by her. And with a lot of help with Mrs. Quaresma, Mirna, and Sally. Thank you. Outgoing executive board member, Cecilia Jacobson, who is also our first vice president. And also, unable to attend right now is another outgoing executive board member, Mario Viray, who is the husband of Wida Viray here, who is now who's moved to Las Vegas for an assignment with a very coveted assignment with the Air Force. So we thank him for leaving Wida with us. We promise to take care, and the kids with us, we promise to take care of them in his absence. So please clap. Give a round of applause for all of the outgoing officers, for all of the hard work that they have done for all of us. We truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. We promise to carry on the good work and live up to your expectations. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Doing it for a bit.
From the Columbia Phil-Am Dance Troupe, Justine Flora, Rena Lauder, Josh Barad, Nika Tupas, Raymond Charles, Rocky Charles, Chris Scott, and Stephen Ostado will perform the Tinickling.
That's right, Celine. This should be a real treat for us all this evening. The Tinikling is recognized as the Philippine national dance and originates from Leyte, the tinkling bird with long legs and a long neck. The Tinikling dance imitates the movement of the tinkling bird as they walk between the grass stems and run over tree branches.
Skill is demonstrated in dancing between the bamboos and in keeping the feet from being caught between the bamboo poles. There is much fun, however, when the bamboo players catch the feet. The dance is favorite in the Visayan Islands, especially in the province of Leyte.
At this point, we would like to call Mrs. Cecile Jacobson of the FAAGC's first Vice President to thank all the benefactors, sponsors, and patrons for their generous contributions for the success of this gala. Every year, these individuals, businesses, and families contribute generously towards the success of our annual fundraising. So please patronize these businesses so that we can also contribute to their success.
Oh, napili kay Gala. Well, by
That's not too impossible. Okay, tonight I have the honor of mentioning the names of our donors and sponsors. Thank you guys for helping us. Here are the names. Dan Adcock, Grace Malangwed and her team, and Film Store at Sumter. Mr. and Mrs. Edsel March Peña, I know most of these sponsors, Tony and Dr. Tessie Di Castro. Dr. Lenny Matawaran and family, and the McNulty family. Donors, Francisco C., Rigido and Evelyn Lamo, Jessica Quaresma, Alfred McNulty, Judy Peña, Jess and Eddie Sebastian. And of course, those advertisers and the ticket buyers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Your generous contributions have made this gala a big success.
Okay guys, before we call our final number, I'd like to again remind everyone to buy these raffle tickets. They're only $1 each. We all can use $100 as a grand prize. So you need to see anybody for these raffle tickets. The proceeds of these raffles will benefit the scholarship fund. So each year, we provide scholarships to all the high school seniors who have actively participated in our cultural activities and are registered in college, universities, and technical schools. Since all the prizes are donated, all proceeds from the ticket sales directly benefit this project. So please continue to buy these dollar tickets.
We'd like to thank all the donors to our raffles. The grand prize of $100 was donated by Mrs. Cecil Jacobson, owner of the Film Store in Sumter. Gifts and certificates were donated by Mia's Gourmet Group, Mushi Mushi Japanese Restaurant, Gold's Gym, and Lulu Anderson. George and Yevis McNulty, Grace Collins, Lulu Anderson, and anonymous donors donated various prizes. Art painting was donated by Lillian Lopez of Lillian's Art.
That's right, thank you very much, and Salamat po. The success of this gala would not be possible without the hard work of many individuals. We'd like to give a big hand and applause to all the dancers and dance coordinators, including Tessie Kennerson, Leah Charisma, Myrna Whitmire, Sally Ellis, and Grace Valentin, who put in countless hours of practice to bring to you tonight's cultural show.
Decorations were put together by many individuals headed by Cecil Geoghegan and Wida Murray. They were ably assisted by all the past and present FAA-GC officers. The souvenir program was once again tirelessly put together by Noah Allen, and our achievement display was put together by Helen Allen.
And now for our final number, a modern dance from the Columbia Finland Dance Troupe with Nicole Anderson.
La
Folks, if that doesn't put you in a dance mood, I know what will. Well, Mike, we finally made to the end of the program. It's about that time to get into the dance floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome DJ Mike Lamb.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone on the dance floor facing the opposite of the stage. Everyone on the dance floor. Let's go, come on. Let's go, it's going to start real soon. Gotta get around the spot. The floor's only so big. 5, 6, 7, 8. Did all right. Go back. Tap, tap and turn. To the left. And
Get pictures with the other side.
Walk it out. Get ready. Just do what I do and teach you something really quick, folks. All right, here we go. Ooh. Sorry about that. All right, here we go, everyone. Feet shoulder width apart. Take your right hand, 22 times this side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing again with your palm up. 5, 6, 7, 8. You got that part? Add a little hitch, 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 hitch. All right, add that all together. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Hitch, 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 hitch. You got it? All right, gonna roll. Roll your hands 2 pound. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, add that. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Hitch, 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 hitch. Roll it, roll it. Hip, hip, behind, behind. Let me teach you that. Okay. I'm just making sure you're right. Right, that's a little margarita move. So after your roll on the bottom, you're gonna go hip, hip, behind, behind. You got that? Add that all together. You're almost done with the dance. Here we go. From the very start. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Hitch, 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 hitch. Roll it, roll it. Hip, hip, behind, behind. Now, you're gonna do this on the chair.
Shake it!
Here's the last part.
Polly, shake it!
All right. After you do that behind, you're gonna do a 360 full turn and clap your hand. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. All right. So add that. Here we go. Yeah, just add a 360. All right. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Hitch, 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 hitch. Roll it, roll it. Hip, hip, behind, behind. 1, 2, 3. See, you keep going. You got it? All right, stay right there. Don't move. Stay right there. I can only be 3 places at once. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, crowd. That's a good thing. Woo. I'm going to guys upside down. I can only be 3 places at once. All right. Lift those hands. Just gonna get started pretty soon. Get ready! Hey.